Shalom, holy brothers and sisters. In the Bible portion of Beshalach, which means when he sent, it's referring to the Pharaoh sending the Israelites out of Egypt. It's teaching us in Exodus chapter 14, verse 3, not to allow our desires to blind us. So what happened was Pharaoh would say about the children of Israel that they were entrapped in the land and the wilderness was enclosed upon them. Pharaoh still, after seeing the 10 plagues and all of the wonders and miracles and the splitting of the sea, he still thought that he had a chance to recapture the Israelites and bring them back into slavery. So this shows how much he was blinded by his desire, because it was a completely illogical thing that the Israelites would return and be slaves after all of the miracles that the Almighty performed for them. So it says here in Growth Through Torah by Rabbi Zelik Pliskin that when a person has a strong will, he will act as irrational as a person who is crazy. So it's a reminder for us not to be blinded by our desires, that we should be rational, that we should think logically, and that we have to do the right thing, and we have to realize that our desires are likely to bias us, and that we should not allow our desires to force us to act impulsively, that we need to be patient and wait, and we need to be cautious. Next, in Exodus chapter 14, verse 13, we learn to be aware of our strengths in order to overcome negative impulses. And this comes from the verse where the Egyptians were pursuing the Israelites. And when the Israelites saw the Egyptians coming, and they panicked and complained to Moses for taking them out of Egypt. So this is the verse. It says, "And Moses said to the people, 'Do not be afraid. Stand, and you will see the salvation of the Almighty that he will do for you this day.'" So from here we learn that we must internalize the knowledge that we have great potential, and we must be aware of our strengths and know that when we are resolved to be victorious over our impulses, we will succeed. So in this case, the Israelites, although they were out of Egypt, although they had left slavery, they still had a very hard time detaching from the slave mentality. They still saw the Egyptians as their superiors. So when they saw the Egyptians pursuing them, they were full of fear. They panicked. In Exodus chapter 15, verse 23, it says, "And the children of Israel came to Marah, and they were not able to drink the water at Marah because they were bitter." So it says about this verse that not necessarily the water in Marah was bitter, but the Israelites themselves were bitter. So it's teaching us that when we have a certain outlook in life, we're gonna come across everything in that way. So if our outlook is negative, we're gonna perceive the world as being negative. If our outlook is positive, we're gonna see positive. When we sweeten our own outlook, we will live in a sweeter world, because we will attract and manifest sweetness. In chapter 15, verse 27 of the book of Exodus, it says, "And they came to Elim, and there were 12 springs of water and 70 palm trees, and they encamped by the water." And from this verse, we are learning about patience decreasing worry. The children of Israel came to Elim from Marah, and at Marah they were unable to drink the water because it was bitter. But shortly after they left Marah, they reached Elim, where they found plenty of water. For this reason, they were in Marah for only 1 day, while they stayed in Elim for 20 days. So sometimes when we're in a difficult situation, it's hard for us to see beyond that situation. It's hard for us to see the good that's just right around the corner. So when we have patience and trust that everything that's happening is for our best, and that all of our needs will be taken care of, then we can appreciate more the present when we adopt a wait-and-see attitude and don't let impatience get the best of us. So those are a few of the quick lessons from this Bible portion. I hope that it was meaningful for you. And I want to wish you and yours a happy and peaceful and restful Shabbat. And may God Almighty bless you in all that you do. Bye-bye.